our final series rather, but it's our first map in our final series. If you're Ascend, once again, you haven't won a single map so far in the APS, and this is your chance to finally make that happen. Eclipse Gaming as well also have not won a single map in the APS. They did lose 3-0 earlier on last week to Cyclone, so this is a chance for them to redeem themselves. The hardpoint takeoff, it kickstarts, and they are already on par.
Well, Ascend, can they ascend? We're about to find out for ourselves. But right now, Eclipse are in the driver's seat. And a couple of bodies have been dropped already. You can see Cole and Time leading the charge. They're getting the game kicked off, getting it started. Diddley is going to be diddled at the back there, gets dropped away immediately. Have no idea that they were after behind it. They're also getting caught out by Time. And this is a very, very back and forth sequence. Roughly in similar fashion. And it looks like the guys from Ascend have a style they are trying to build on this first sequence, but it looks like the guys from Ascend on the lot.
Yeah, they're going to start things off. I forgot to mention, I think Gaming just went off the start back of a very impressive win up against City 7 in the World Cup qualifier for Nigeria, where they literally won them 250-77. We're talking about the number one team in Nigeria with the past couple of years, City 7 getting on that 100 by Eclipse Gaming. So Eclipse Gaming, a hard point right now, looks like it's pretty much their strong suit. But can they do that up against Ascend, formerly ASG, who have a very impressive roster of this boys with Din, Diddley, and UG on the same roster. Liquid and Chrome as well from later last season, also joining in that team. So far, 22 and 18. The game is pretty much closed, but Eclipse Gaming still have that little bit of a lead. I just think Ascend has it now.
Ascend, they have what it takes to close this down, because it looks like P1 is running scores. From now, it is going to be up to PC to see who's going to take that one over to the other side. But the Death Machine is going to roll up, and Diddley is trying to spray through, but unfortunately he does get caught out there and swept aside quickly. That is a fantastic drop that we've seen so far right now. Shelby gets caught out, and he does try to manage his expectations there, but no chance for him. And the next hard point has been located on the map, and this is where Eclipse look like they might be falling to the wayside.
Just one, there's no doubt. Sorry for 29 and 39. ECR gonna get to the next still first. Cool. Nasty sniper, that man can be on a good day. Looks like the War Machine, Dip Machine was for time, 7 kill more. They can hold this one down entirely. Ascend can't break it. UG and Diddley now coming through those doors. That with the clone hand, all the operator skills are going to get invested. I wouldn't say if that's a really good choice to make at this point in time. They didn't get a lot of money for that thing, but hopefully it can work out. Savvy with the Tempest now with a drop ball. Out one more to the tally. Kid fighting and puts him down. UG now with the War Machine. Good for one. Clears out the hill. And Ascend are right back in forward break. And if you're Eclipse Gaming now, you're going to spawn out. But mind you, ultimately what you do need is a spawn further in still.
Ascend have been breaking the momentum of Eclipse Gaming so far. That's been a very, very rough drop for them, but Eclipse somehow always finding their way back into the sequence. 56, or rather 54 to 48 right now. The numbers are turning up in favor of Eclipse Gaming. The hard point as well, and they are trying to make something happen over to that southwestern corner. They're trying to force them to play a little bit closer together, and that has been the tail of this entire position that Ascend have been trying to hold. They haven't been able to make a good job. That's how to do, unfortunately, but no way for them to advance forward. You saw how that play switched over to that corner as well. It didn't work out in their sequence, but you can understand why. Because we do have a listen in ready for you right now, so let's hear that.
Mine is mine, bro.
One main, one main. That was got it.
Double. It's two.
One more. Yeah,
Keep up, blue. Go in, blue.
one more. Double side now.
I'm pointed. Nice carap. Play the heal, guys.
And we saw how that one panned out. I mean, Eclipse have taken this one away from Ascend, even though Ascend did have a little bit of an idea of what they were trying to do, but they fall unfortunately to their calls and they lose out possession. Diddley again comes to find his feet around him as he does get swept off here. You would think it was very difficult for them to manage this entire region, but it has been so tough for them. And right now, Eclipse again looks like they're going to be losing out.
Don't forget, this was the #1 team in Nigeria. The all your Nigerian champions for the World Champs qualifiers. So put some respect on their name, Eclipse Gaming, whenever you see that name out there. Send out, I don't think they care about that respect because they want to put those guys down and they want to go and claim that map. We've heard us send listening. Let's go and listen to what the Nigerian champions sound like in their comments.
What don't you be quiet?
We are scattering now.
Wait for me, yeah?
One D.
When is ticket? Two ticket. One machine ticket. One machine is ticket.
One more white, only one person white. Only one person.
One more.
Hey, Jesus. So 3 people DM and Claude there.
One more.
Close, Calf.
Yeah. To be honest with you, first, I don't think I had a lot of info being given out. In terms of like call-outs and all that, it was more a little bit of panic there. They didn't seem that composed, but the scoreline there does tell you why. They don't have that lead locked in currently, but now they do. It's tied up, it's a back and forth, and there's both teams clearly show that they are on par. But Xavi already on the 38 kill mark.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to point that out. But on the other side, you still have Diddley as well, diddling the lobby, 35 on the count. And he adds a little bit more there. Muji goes down. Again, Ascend, they're doing everything right, but you're just doing it at the wrong time. You could tell from their comms that there's a little bit to be left delivered there. Xavi cooking with the Tempest, and he's packing them in one after the other. Diddley goes down as well, tries to go for the second switch, but unfortunately gets switched off instead. And a trade-off coming through. Dean trying to get an angle there, but unfortunately he was exposed to a shock, and that will be a wrap for him. He goes down. Muji's trying to make a sequence and find a way into the break, but no dice. Diddley immediately pops through, gets another drop, and now this is the opening they've been looking for. Ascend trying to get their way up, but again, Eclipse will find a way to stop them in their tracks.
They definitely will. But look at that scoreline. The Nigerian champions haven't looked in still. 141, 119. Ascend still fighting, but now they've fallen apart. They've got to find a way back step by step. They do know that the emphasis is going to be all on them. But Eclipse came and look at them. We're going to have to go next step. We're going to get there first. Both teams are going to send everything they have back in. Dean finding a double there. Trade fighting puts him down. War mission off from Muji on the board, but it's only good for one. Xavi puts him down. It's a 1-for-1 trade there. The scoreline, Ascend get into the hill, but Eclipse Gaming come floating through the front door. Muji sends them back to respawns however. It's back and forth still, but Ascend don't look like they want to settle down yet.
Doesn't look like they want to, but the results will speak for themselves. Eclipse starting to find their rhythm. Muji's trying to play off into the corners there, but he's actually going to get found out, trying to do a little bit of something different. Dad also getting caught out. Oh, that's a beautiful shot with the claw, and he's clawing away. Drops another. That's 2 bodies now caught for Dad. Eclipse are trying to shut down the sun, and they're doing an amazing job of turning off the lights for Ascend, and they will not find their way up the hill either way. And again, when they are trying to find momentum, Ascend will just cut them off at the knees, capitalizing on those silly mistakes.
If you're a good team, that's how you play. That's how you play a hard-point game. You need to capitalize on your opponent's weaknesses. That's exactly what they're good at doing. Xavi, however, already on the 16 kill mark. We've seen the play on 60 earlier today, I think, and he wants to supersede that. Literally, he's aiming for that 70 kill mark, and I bet you he can definitely get there. Coco is towards the equalizer now. The 41 kill mark, finding more value after value all the way through. Then it goes and expires. Eclipse gaming almost at that 180 point mark, aiming for the 200 point mark now. Ascend still fighting back, but the lead is getting further and further away from them. We've got to find a way now to get their heads back in the game. P1 about to expire. Rotations towards that P2 now is going to be very important. And look at that mini map. Who's going to get there first? Eclipse gaming already have that P2 on site.
Yes, sir. Eclipse have a plan and they are sticking to it. They're capitalizing on the extra positions that they have held on for the longest time. And now Javi's on the front line. Liquid's trying to get an angle there to make sure that the guys from Eclipse don't have anything for it, but it's Crow. And he blows them away with the War Machine. And that is going to be another one getting caught out. He launches them over the top side. And he does make another one hit the deck. But unfortunately for him, he is exposed. Tries to trade one through. Dean is going to be locked and loaded, but unfortunately for him as well, he does go down. We saw Coco earlier on doing an amazing job of keeping the sides tight there. Crow with the same idea, trying to go for the two-piece, but all he's going to get is chicken nuggets.
Man, but 200 point mark really crossed there, and if you're Ascend, I mean, that's not really the best spot to be in. If you're them, you're on the back for heavy now. Eclipse Gaming look like they have this map on lockdown, and they haven't locked in, and it might be the very first map out of 3 they can get to their side. But look at that time on the clock, though. P2 about to expire. We need to make our way towards the next deal. That's going to be very important. Rotations are a key part of hard points. But look at Xavi, though. This boy have 66 skills, and he's not stopping. Priest, he's not stopping.
He's absolutely not. 66 on the bounce, and it looks like he might be going for a 70 anytime soon. He adds another to the tally. Liquid sliding through, can't seem to find any shots through, but he does actually turn it around. He goes for a 2-man, and he goes for the third as well, just dropping all the way through. Ascend are trying to find their way up back into this game. Eclipse is trying to play it through into the corner as well. Dab with a claw, and he's clawing his way through. He drops another, drops the third, and that's 3 bodies caught. He goes for the 4th, but unfortunately Muji is going to stop him down as well. Diddles back and sends him back into the lobby. Respawn time for him as well. Eclipse is trying to make something happen. Coco scores. Again, Eclipse tries to turn off the lights here. And another sequence again for Dad. He's going to call them their daddies as one by one they will bow to him. 243 for Eclipse. And Ascend will be dropped all the way down to the gates of Hades.
This might, yeah, they've lost it. They have lost it there. Eclipse Gaming dimmed the sun, ended. The sun nowhere to be found. And Ascend look like it's going to be a descent for them on that first map. But again, it's 1 out of 3. The hard point might be lost to course, but you still have potentially 2 more maps to find the way back. But my God, Xavi, the freaking MVP for that map, no doubt. Also, guys, sub 2 points. A lot of you don't know this, but I'm going to tell you guys, whatever you see on the middle of the 5 players is the map MVP. Of course, production, that's a subtle hint a lot of you didn't know, but if you've been watching the streams and taking notes, that is it, guys. Production doesn't even know, guys. I'm the only one that knows. Type shit.
I mean, going forward, I think production will just undo it so that you will be wrong. Might as well. But 70 bodies caught there, Javi.
Bro.
I mean, Javi is really him. That's the highest I've seen today. My goodness. And what a performance he put on. Krul as well was also putting in the work. And even Coco, at some point, I saw him with that equalizer. I thought this guy was Denzel, man. He was cooking. 42 on the board as well for Dad, and 37 for Time. Time was the only player here that I think went minus. It was a very, very rough draft for him. Diddley did everything he could, but he got diddled so much there. 57. He got diddled 57 times, man, unfortunately. 48, though, for Liquid. And again, Muji was also in the mix. He was doing an amazing job. I think he was the one that was doing most of the OBG hunting, trying to break the lines there. But Liquid as well, same idea for Dean and Corrupt. Corrupt, I barely saw. I did not really see his impact in this game. Hopefully, he finds his rhythm in the next 2 maps.
Yeah, 2 more maps to go. Best of 3 in a format where you do have to play all 3 maps. So it's quite important that they get their heads back in the game here. Coastal S&D is up next in our road to map 3 here and the end of our match day 2. if your Eclipse came in once again, the Nigerian champion over the weekend, they're excited. Their morale are at an all-time high, literally. And you can clearly see that once again showing forth in their hard-point game. Clear win there. Because the S&D though, a much different game mode, much slower, much different from the usual aggression you see on hardpoint and control. So if you're on the side of Eclipse, you've got to find a way to make sure you're not getting too fast. But again, our match MVP for the hardpoint, 73 kills. Xavi with a 1.63 KD. And somebody on the YT comment said, Xavi Day, I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah. Eyes are going to be on him now going into these last two maps to see if he can replicate this performance that he has put on display. It's something that we do have on the front lines here. Solid performance from him though. 70 limbs, 23 assists. Yeah, he's got it like that. Highest we've seen today, right? He was dropping bodies left, right, and center. That's what we love to see. MVP players doing MVP things. But again, that's hard point. Now we have S&D. You're not going to get 70 eliminations in S&D, so how many can you get, right? How many can you get? What kind of MVP can you be in S&D? So we're going to see for ourselves, right? We're going to lock in now match number 2 for these two sides. Remember, these are two teams that are struggling at the bottom of the table, and this is the opportunity for one to leap over the other.
Yeah, no doubt, leap over the other for sure. Eclipse Gaming though, they do nick this one. They did lose 3-0 on the very first match day. 74% though, not a lot of difference there. But Eclipse Gaming, the Nigerian champions now, they've got to find a way to make sure they do prove or make Nigeria proud. Series 7 earlier today, not able to do that with that devastated hardpoint scoreline. Did win a map though, S&D there, but unfortunately not able to win the entire series. Eclipse Gaming, they could do that today in this particular last series of the day up against Ascend, but they had to again make sure they closed things off and S&D their favor. This is of course the map Coastal. A lot of you play the map. I don't. I'm used to Shipment, but a lot of you do play this map. It's really exciting. It's a literal sniper's den, and this is a map where shotguns can also be an absolute nightmare, man.
Absolute nightmare is right. It's a rough draft though, what we've seen so far, but this map has given us a lot of exciting moments, especially in the PDX AXG game. That was very, very exciting in this sequence. But are we going to see more of the same? That's what we're looking out for. That is why we are part of the APS. This is action, and more action. But like we said, right, you guys saw my predictions, right? You guys see that I'm the only one that went against the meta. The fans, on the other hand, also are on my side. W fans.
Nah, send that vote.
Okay, mind games. Mind games.
Production,
See,
no, now.
Production will expose you.
Votes now.
They will expose you. Production ain't never lied. Never lied. When it comes to you, though, they ain't never lied. When it comes to me.
Oh, so when he comes to you, then that's so wild. That is wild stuff, man. That is wild stuff.
They ain't never lied. But, ladies and gentlemen, map number 2 is on the horizon. We're about to head into the action. And now we are going to see if the guys from Eclipse Gaming have what it takes to do a back-to-back to wrap this up. Or will they be the ones that will break the sequence of what we've seen so far? The team that wins hardpoint ends up winning the series. Are they going to be the first team to do the reverse, or will they actually finish the metronome? Well, let's keep our eyes on the scene.
Yep, I see that FSS on that angle. It reminds me of the last game we just watched. That thing is a nightmare to go up against. Muji though opened things up well with the very first kill. And if you ascend, you did need to live up to your name here. You need to ascend onto that win. Eclipse Gaming are not going to have numbers to work with, but they do have. Oh, actually, the man that did get put down is arguably the most vital player, the sniper of Crew, who is an absolute nightmare to go up against for sure. We saw him on the weekend. He was a nightmare for Series 7, but can he be a nightmare here? So Xavi gets put down. Map MVP for hard wins, and it's down to a 5v3. Ascend are running through Eclipse Gaming as that the IGL is the last man standing now.
Yes, sir. And you can already tell where this is heading. It's an unfortunate scenario for Eclipse the way they kick this one off, but it's not the way you want to start things out as well. He does get caught out there. And again, I think this is the first time I see a team completely obliterate the other team without losing a single player. That is not the best way you want to start things off, not even in the slightest. Eclipse, they need to wake up. This is not how you want to start things at all.
It isn't. It never is. Never ever. Against Stab mid-map crew. Tundra picked up, by the way. That's a new one. I haven't seen Tundra in a while after the nerf. But apparently, he thinks it's going to work in a map like this. And Coco overextending. Deep says not on my watch. Puts him down. Time with a shotgun with a change there. 1-for-1 trade. Put my teammate down and I'll put you down as well. That's the answer. They're taking one big kill. Karam gets put down there. So time goes big. It's now down to our last 3 on both sides. Numbers are equal, and this can still be anybody's round.
Yeah, it could be anybody's game, but Muji's gonna equal the task again, drop another one, and now it is a 3-on-2. Ascend looking like they want to wrap this one up. Jabi's in the corner there. Does he spot him? He doesn't know that he's there. And Liquid is immediately gonna capitalize on that one. That will be the second drop, and somehow, some way, the guys from Ascend are gonna double down 2-0.
Alright guys, maybe my prediction was actually correct. I don't think production may do it. Yeah, it was 2-1. Okay. Yeah, in the meantime though, it looks like Eclipse Gaming are gonna be off to a very rocky start. Smokes are gonna get thrown towards that mid-map. If you know one thing about Kyle, I love my smokes, and I'm gonna be happy to see a lot of those things being thrown again. 5v5, sorry, nobody put down. Muji slides in. Thanks, Salcro. Muji is body shooting. I have confirmed it. Muji is indeed body shooting. Raise your alarms. 2-0.
Wow. Muji, I was not familiar with your game. You got 5 eliminations to the count as well, not letting this one slide, not even in the slightest. And Team Eclipse are in a world of hurt right now. They're losing player after player. Coco, Javi, and Time looking to find their way back into this game. 2-0 right now for Team Eclipse. They need this win. They need this W. They cannot allow this game to slip away from their hands. A 3-0 is very, very unfortunate. It is not the way you want to kick things off, especially in this S&D battle.
Oh my god, man. Muji body shots all over the place. I'm proud to see that. You guys know I love violence. I don't like to partake in violence, but I love to watch violence. Coco now the last man here, but there's not going to be enough time to... That's a free defuse, man. They left the bomb side. Coco had to trace back to the bomb, but it was going to be a little bit too late there. 3-0 on the board, and Ascend are off to a flawless start. Full players on the Eclipse Gaming roster. Plenty donut shop, like dinner is served. Eat any type of donut you want to eat, guys. Time the only player with a kill on their side. Now round 4 opens up. Ascend, dominant start so far.
Very, very dominant start from Ascend. I mean, 3-0 doesn't get any better than that. Potential for them to even get a 4th. And this might be them showing exactly what their strong suit is holding zones again. But we do understand that the guys from Ascend are dominating right now, and they're not letting this one slide. We do have a listening ready for you again. First shot into the sequence, but no dice. Let's put our ears to the ground and hear the calls.
How many people did you with the film?
Yeah, like 2.
Pinch,
Only
pinch,
two, only two.
smoke me,
Sniper and
smoke me,
shotgun.
smoke me, then pinch
Sniper
from that
and
B.
shotgun.
Smoke me, then pinch from the B. Smoke, pinch from that B. Nice.
I got one more.
Enter the B bar, enter the B bar.
I got mid, I got the guy.
Guys, the B now, the B.
One more.
Calm.
Calm down.
Yep. All they needed was a listening to come back. So production, the script you are writing it where? I can see you guys there. But it might not actually play through. Production, I feel like, they're not that good at, writing script, I fear. Din might just go big. Okay, they didn't write it correctly, guys. 1v3. Didn't he know the last man standing? The pistol and the movement fills him there as he gets put down. And Eclipse came in, working hand in hand with real-time production to make sure they get around. 4-1 on the board. As we now make our way to round 6.
The 6th round, giving us a run for our money here, but it looks like the guys from Team Eclipse. Hopefully they will find their rhythm. It's been a very, very rough game for them, especially in this
This
SND.
boy, Jesus.
What is he doing? What is he doing?
But that is disrespectful. He's disrespected Eclipse Gaming in every
That's
way
nasty,
possible.
man. That's
He
nasty, man.
took
Come
the
on,
hard play and
bro.
lost very personally.
Sportsmanship, guys. Come
Bruh.
on, man. Sportsmanship, guys. Come on,
Nah,
man.
I like
Come
violence.
on.
Guys, don't listen to Priest, man. Violence them, please.
This is why
Violence,
Carl is
guys.
bad at the game. This is exactly why he's bad at the game.
Wow, that is wild.
But yeah, let's put our ears down. Let's get that listen in. I want to hear how that went down.
One
Help team. They're on A. Push A, everyone push A. The whole team.
The A-bar.
Flash team request, flash team.
One more, one on the bomb. One on the bomb.
On the bomb. On the you win your copy now. You win your copy.
One bar, one cubby. There's bar.
Oh man.
Okay.
Unlucky.
Let's just win this defense.
Wow. Wow. I mean, you could tell, right? You could tell what the energy was like after listening to that. You could already tell. But right now, Ascend, though, it looks like this one is not as easy as it started off to be. But it looks like Team Eclipse are starting to find their rhythm. And Dean, now with Xavi, with similar ideas and similar ideals, it's all about who gets the first shot to ring off into the corner there. But again, putting this one through, first couple of shots there to ram that one around the corners there. And he tries to wrap that one again. And a couple more shots and a couple more drops. Oh, Muji, come on. You gotta take it easy.
This man is on a killing spree here. He's on fire. Somebody called the fire department, Brisky. What the hell? 5 and 2 on the board, though. Coco and Dad, the last 2 players now for their side. They've got to make something work. Dad, close in. 2 players downstairs. Instantly, headshot puts him down first. 3 versus 2 now. They haven't planted the bomb yet. Coco able to get 1 more kill, adding into the tally. Now it's down to equal numbers on both sides. The bomb is going to get planted very fast on the A side. So if you're a set now, you've got to get a recycle back into that bomb side. They do know that Liquid's on 10, Dean on 4. Can they retake the sides?
Oh, talk about bombs away there. And Liquid is trying to close this down. And does he make it happen? It might be. He's dangerously close. He tries to pop through, and he does. Ascend, add the 6th.
Pros don't fake. Pros don't what? Pros don't fake. He went on the chance. He had the call out. Dad was on the other side of the map there. Okay, you know what? I've got no time to defuse it. Of course, Dad didn't even know the map was already there. But anyways, though, 6 and 2 on the board. We're now all the way down to around 9. Xavi might go big. Xavi might go big. And he just times the sword fight and finally all players and all down to 10. That was fast. That wasn't dead fast.
Wow. Talk about game changer. My goodness. Crow has 6 on the board, 7 for time. 6 is what for Coco. I mean, these guys are not letting this one go, man. They are going to the ends of the earth to see this through. Eclipse Gaming probably have an idea of how they have to play now to deal with Ascend on the back foot. And again, they have been very, very proactive in these last phases of play. Even from Muji's point of view, they've tried the exact same thing, but it hasn't worked the way they've wanted. Hopefully, they will find that turnaround that they've been looking for. But Xavi's trying to pop through again. He immediately gets a drop on Liquids, turns him straight into water, and that will be the end of the road for him. 6-3, still the score. Ascend are trying to find their rhythm here, but Eclipse, this might be where they turn the game around.
4 versus 1. UG knows he's completely surrounded, by the way. It's all down to him now, but the PKM can do the job. Finds the very first kill, going for a double. Still a very bad 4. He knows that if you're Ascend, if you're Muji, you have to put that bomb down. You do have a minute to work with, but you're not in a good score. The bomb is not picked up. They know exactly where you are, and anything you do, whatever you do, has to be absolutely perfect if it's going to work out. Time is going out really fast, though, so he's eventually Omoji or Bago killer, bro. 6 and 4 type shit.
6-4. Hmm.
6-7.
Doesn't look like Eclipse is going to back down from a fight here, not even in the slightest. They will take this one all the way to the end, and Ascend will have to fight tooth and nail to make sure that they do not let this lead slip away. Cruel immediately gets the first drop. Dean goes down, and this is the opening that they've been looking for. They may have just found it again. Another drop with a sniper there. Missed the shot by a couple of inches. Tries again. And you would think he's a potato, though. He's missing shot after shot.
Oh my god. 4 versus 5, however. Didn't be on the 4 mark. Muji on 14. Start looking for this wall bang. Xavi's here. Just checking the corner step by step. He might get the kill, but it's all down to who sees who first. It's all down to pixels. And now Liquid's for the chase. Something gets put down. Clean kill that was. But now we're down to a 4v4. Numbers are on par. Anybody's round it could be. Ascend have the task of putting that plant down for their side. And if you're Eclipse Gaming, all you have to do now is have a perfect defense. But can they make it work? We're about to find out. 57 seconds on the clock. That is a ridiculous amount of time.
Eclipse with an idea and a half there, and they might want to try something different. But right now, time will wait for no man as he drops another, tries to play a little bit forward. They have the numbers, they can press forward. Liquid tries to pop through, he gets the angle into the corner there. He's not spotted, but he will meet his end at the other end of the barrel of a sniper as he gets dropped away. And now Eclipse have everything working for them, but I spoke too soon. Muji's always going to be there at the scene of the crime. He drops Cruel again. For the second time these two guys have faced each other, Muji has come out on top. He looks like unfortunate scenes for him, though. Eclipse will take that one straight to the head. That tried to take it off, but unfortunately Corrupt will shut it down. Goes against the action, and Eclipse again will turn off the lights. Ascend will not see their way up.
My God, 6-5, man. This was 6-2, now it's 6-5. 3 back-to-back rounds claimed by Eclipse Gaming. The Nigerian champions. Rub that in, City7 fans. 6-5. 11 kill back now for Liquid. Strophy gets put down. Xavi's waiting there. If they go in, I think he might get lucky. He might just go big. He sees all the players. Xavi goes! He's allowed to cry. Xavi finds a double there. But Muji finally puts him down. But the damage is dealt. It's down to a 2 versus 3 here. And Eclipse came in. You have numbers to work with.
Talk about MVP performance there. Xavi controlling and pulling the strings. And now that is exactly how you want to perform when it comes to a game like this. Now Dean and the rest of his team, they need to find something. Muji is still there looking for a way around here, but they are outnumbered by an extra body. Eclipse have this one in the bag. All they have to do now is make sure they stay within task. They cannot allow any mistakes. They cannot allow any of these players from Ascend to catch any joy or get any rhythm. Muji is trying to pop through over to the other side. Couple more sprays again, forces the issue, and Coco's has to force back. Grenades and Molotov cocktails would be the best call of duty position here, but Cruel is going to have to press forward. Coco plays in behind him. Muji's going to be spotted, overwhelmed. Sprays good. Eclipse have this one. They have them on the ropes, and it might be time to wrap this one through. Sprays continue, surely. The job is done, and we are tied.
6-8 piece. KFC would be proud. I miss Yuki Joe. Round 13 loading it now. And my God, if you're Eclipse Gaming and you are off the start of something new, 4 back-to-back rounds, Ascend, all that body shooting Muji, all that body shooting just to potentially maybe lose the map. And that can't be a good thing. Crew opens himself, finds the very first kill, but the trade finds him down as well. And Ascend are going to have numbers once again. 5v3, actually 4v3. Make that fucking now. Back and forth. 3v2. Make that down to a 1v2. And it's all down to Din now on the 7 kill mark to make sure this lead stays in their favor. Or we are about to let Eclipse Gaming get that lead with 5 back-to-back rounds.
That's going to be a nasty shift here. Dean, can he become the Dean? Can he turn this around, though, for Ascend? It is looking very, very difficult for him. Coco's trying to pop through. If he walks right through that door, he will be spotted. And again, tries to trade it off. But Coco was absolutely ready. It is 6-7.
Yeah, you have to join the trend, my brother. 6 and 7. I saw it coming from the start of the game. Warden is shouting, so happy right now. My God, Warden is literally about to break his PC, man. Damn, Warden, relax. Stop shouting. We got 6 and 7 on the board, guys. Oh my God, a very fast one. Coco got his big fight to double there. Trend fighter and puts them down. Now we are fast off to a 2 versus 3. Eclipse Gaming do have numbers to work with. They can make it work. That is there. He's a player in blue and puts them down. They are surrounded and they are going to get absolutely annihilated. 6-8 on the board. Eclipse Gaming 6 back-to-back rounds and an absolute remontada on the S&D coastal.
And Eclipse just asked the ultimate question to Ascend. Where do you think though? Did you think? Did you think? Finish eating is what they told them. And pack your bags, because this might be the end of the road for you for Ascend. And Eclipse have them dead to rights, 8-6. Surely now the job is done. Eclipse only have to do is see this one through. But there is still a chance for another upset. Muji is trying to pop through. Can he do more body shots? Or will this be the end of the road for him as well? Ascend, it has been a very, very back and forth game so far, but it looks like this might be the end of their win.
Might just be the end of their journey on this series here, because no matter what happened, if they use S&D, they've already lost the series. Well, can they still stay alive? Can they still work it through to go to a control where they are both tied? It's down to a 4v5. Ditme says the answer to that might be 8 and astounded yes. Coco gets split down to a 4 versus 4 now. Dad there. SKS 7 kill mark. There's a Muji with the body shooting and the pray and spray PKM waiting at the other end. Crop this one with a sniper in hand trying to put you down. So if you're Dad, you know that you can't afford to pick recklessly or you're going to get one shot. But oh my God, so for Crew though, on the other hand, doing damage, and it's a 3v4. This is looking very, very bad for us.
Talk about trade-off. 1-for-1 special. Xavi already had him dead to rights. Eclipse will overshadow again. They will come out on top, and you have to understand that these guys are #1 for a reason.
I have no words there, man. Ascend, they had all the hopes, they had everything in the works to get that map in their favor, but unfortunately, it's just not going to happen, man. I mean, they started so well. It was 6-2 on the scoreboard, and things are going to end at 6-9. 7 back-to-back rounds for Eclipse Gaming, a full-on remontada. They have won the series here. Even if they lose control, which I don't think they will, it doesn't matter. They've been the better squad today. What the hell is this?
Wow. Muji was trying his absolute best, but Corrupt said no, man. Corrupt just said, nah, bro, not today, man. And Coco, wow, Coco really showed them something. Cruel time. Xavi and Dad standing on business, finishing very strongly. It was a very, very interesting dynamic how this game started. You would think that the guys from Ascend were going to take this one easy, but nope. Not even in the slightest. They were absolutely ready to close this down, but it did not work the way they were expecting.
After all the body shots, Muji, you body shot from the very first round. You were body shooting these people like they had no families, they had nobody to go home to, and then boom, they said, you know what, we don't like disrespect, and we're going to find a way back, and they did find a way back perfectly well. Full on 7 back-to-back rounds. My God, that was something of the history, for the history books rather. And if you are Ascend right now, you've already lost the series, and this is just so sad. Well, you have one more shot, one more chance at redemption, and that is going to be on Crossroads Strikes Control. Can they make it work? We're going to find out soon. Must be far. Nah.
Oh my days, man. I mean, I was right. Eclipse got it like that, bro. They just got it like that, man. No ball, bro. I know ball. When I say I know ball, you guys think it's mind games, but I know ball, man. I know ball. I know ball more than Carl. It's just I don't like talking to But either way, Eclipse, Eclipse, man. Let us see how this last map is going to play out. Eclipse have won the series already, but it will even be sweeter if they don't condemn 3-0. Although I don't think that's going to be the case here, though. But we will see if that is how this is going to play out.
In my opinion, not 3-0, man. 3-0 would be devastating, I won't lie. Especially for Ascend. This would just be a very terrible start, you know, and I'm hoping it's not a 3-0, but if you're an Eclipse Gaming fan, you're definitely rooting for that 3-0. Eclipse Gaming did start things off on match day 1 with a nasty 3-0 defeat to Cyclone. So them getting 3-0 as well, that would definitely get them back in the race for the title of the league phase. But in the meantime, though, it's crossroad strike. The players are going to have a lobby reset that, I think. So pretty much sure very soon they're going to be going back to our pretty faces, me and you, Priest.
Man, eyes on Eclipse though. We'll see. I would be very impressed if they do actually wrap this thing up in this same game. I would be very, very impressed if they do manage to see this through. I would be very, very impressed. It's a solid performance either way. But the way I understand the game, I think Eclipse, I don't think I want them to take their foot off the gas though, but I think they will, because they've really, really struggled in breaking down Ascend, right? They've not necessarily had a walk in the park in these past 2 games. They've really fought for it. Even from the hard point down to the S&D, they've struggled, they fought for it. And I think in this last game, I want to see if they have the mentals to finish strongly. I want to see if they have the mentals to actually close the game down. And I want to see if they are going to do that, or relax a little bit, take their foot off the gas and see how that plays out. But again, like we said, every map matters here. They cannot allow themselves to get complacent.
Every map counts, every map matters, guys. No doubt about that whatsoever. But ultimately, though, if you're Eclipse Gaming, man, this has been an absolute banger of a day. The first 3 games went smoothly. We are down to our final game. Wherever you're watching this from, guys, don't forget to leave a like, a follow, a subscription, whatever it is, wherever you're watching it from. And of course, don't forget to support our watch party host, Die Hard, currently watch partying. Even though right now the boy they cry because they lose 3-0, but my life is so much more happier. Yeah, don't forget to leave those guys to support as well. In the meantime, though, Priest, this is it. Our last map, last series, last game of the day, last everything. Yeah, even last bone, I think. I don't really know. But yeah, what do you think is going to happen on this control?
Yeah, I mean, I would want to see how Ascend will handle this. Like we said, every single map is important, right? They've lost the series already, but I think they can still put up a solid performance, especially Muji with all of the body shooting he has been doing. Surely he has to, at the very least, do something about it, right? He has to, at the very least, finish with a win. At least leave here with some. Right, leave here with just a little bit of some. Don't let the game get away from you either way. But nonetheless, it has still been a fantastic performance from both teams. But now, with this performance, I think that will leave Ascend sitting at the bottom of the leaderboards, and I think that is going to affect them mentally going into the next stage, right? Going into the next competition. The next phase of play. So I think if they finish with a win here, I think that will kind of mentally boost them going into their next match. So hopefully they will find something out of this game. But if I'm Eclipse, I'm killing their joy in the last game just to prove a point.
Yeah. Definitely, man. No doubt there. Again, so I bet it was done to them last week by Cyclone. So who's to say they don't have to do it to somebody else? They have to do it to somebody else if they get the chance to do it. And so far, they've been nothing short of almost perfect. Yeah, they've been so clean, so clean cut, so surgical with the whole thing. Can they now end things on a perfect note? A 3-0 clean sweep would be worthy and befitting of the champions of Nigeria. Once again, if you're a CR7 fan, rub that in, Brisky. But yeah, in the meantime, though, because that's CR7 team. If you check my TikTok and YouTube right now, my name is ECL Cow. I lost a bet. I was so sure CR7 were going to be champions of NG, and then boom, ECL won the whole thing. So now I'm ECL Cow, bro, for the next 1 month. It's so painful, but it is what it is. So as an ECL fan, please ECL guys, win it for me, guys. Yeah.
I'm not sure what that means, because I'm pretty sure your prediction was against ECL. So Yeah, I'm trying to understand what your reasoning is here, but we will see. We will see if that's going to be the case. But ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome back to the APS, and we are locked in. It is Eclipse Gaming against Ascend, and the final sequence of games here. As we all know, Eclipse has already won the series, but it is a best of 3. We're about to see if Ascend can actually close this one down. Kroll immediately pops through and does get the drop on them. Good start. Good, very, very good start right here from Ascend, but can they keep this up?
They keep it up. I do hope so. I hope they can. So it's UV19 now. Eclipse Gaming are going to start things off in the back foot in terms of lives. But ultimately, though, they are on the attack, so they do need to get a flat capture. We're not less than the 1 minute mark on that clock, and they're yet to get any tick of progress on either flag. A little bit of foot spins on the B flag, but that's quickly going to get wiped out by Ascend there. If you're Eclipse Gaming, that can't be good. 42 more on the clock, 17 v 13. You're losing lives, you're not capturing flags, and ultimately that's going to come back to bite you guys.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Every single he doesn't stop doing that. What is his problem? I mean, I try to understand it, but you're losing still. At the very least, you know, I mean, I know those memes are getting cooked right now. Those memes are gonna go absolutely stupid by the next time these two teams just run into each other along those lines or something along. You know, that's just what I'm thinking. But right now, Team Eclipse are on the back foot. Doesn't look like they're going to close this one down. But I gotta respect. I mean, like, come on, man. Look at he keeps on going. Come on. Look at this guy, man. But I mean, they will take the game. They will take the game. So fair play to them. And I'm not surprised because, as I was saying, I think they are gonna go all out in this game. I just try to prove a point against Eclipse.
I'm so confused. What is Muji's thought process right now? You've lost 2 back-to-back maps. No matter what happens on control, you've already lost the entire series. But this guy is wasting a whole mag. Actually, make that 3 reloads on body shots. What the hell? What's he pressed?
I mean, I want to know as well what they were thinking because I think we have a listening in ready. So let's dial into that one. I want to know what the comms were saying.
One bottom, bro. He's mud one.
No. Go on the rock.
On A, I didn't get A.
Shoot in.
Came through mid lane.
Yeah, so much in.
One mid lane into us.
One A long. One A long. I'm A long.
In garage, early.
That's it.
You got him? Nice.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
There's 2-3 in this one. Yo, there's people
I'm
is
not up,
trash, bro.
You know who I am, bruh.
Yo, there's
Those are
people
fans, man.
trash, bro.
Who server no party for those, bruh?
No server, no party, bro. We're not even on our server.
No server, no party.
Yeah.
Indeed, bro.
I hope they got that in our comms.
Oh, shoot that guy, bro. Shoot him, bro.
Where is
He
he,
can
bro?
run away. Cap.
Yeah, contain on me.
Cap, don't kill him. Never mind, bro. You do you.
Getting the
Oh,
10.
yo, don't worry about that, bro.
Job done. The job is done. You heard it here first. And we heard that one, how they were locked in. I mean, the performance, not too much of a surprise for me, though, because even like I said earlier on, Eclipse, they didn't necessarily walk through the guys from Ascend in the past 2 maps. So I was expecting this type of performance from Ascend at some point, knowing that the chips were down. But Kyle, it's still part of the same thing that we were talking about, right? Where was Ascend when it really mattered?
Because you've lost the entire thing. One map is good enough. It's a whole point, yes. Every point matters for the APS. I do agree with that. But at the same time, you're talking about a map that on paper, a lot of people... Muji Alpha, come. Wait. In the map, dude. Look at this guy, bro. I'm so confused, Chris. What am I watching?
Man, questionable characters everywhere you look, man. Questionable characters everywhere you turn your head. You know, I mean, everywhere you turn your head, questionable characters. But we do have an Annihilator in the mix, though. Again, trying to make something happen here. But Corrupt, finally finding his footing. The shots flying through. Fair play to him. Again, it has been a lockdown coming through. But we do have something special locked in as well. And I mean, Kyle, it's been a very, very interesting game so far.
Yeah, it has been, I won't lie, but 15v1, crew also falls to that war machine, and the body shots finally pay off, but ultimately, I don't think, it's actually worth it. Muji, this guy is emptied all his entire mag 3-4 times on the floor. This guy literally had more body shots than kills. He had more bullets used on body shots than getting kills. That should be a literal stat. That should be a literal freaking stat. But of course, Ascend win that amount, but Eclipse Gaming win their entire series. Clean work, clean stuff. It says what it says. 2-1 on the series. Eclipse Gaming are not going to walk out of this one unscathed.
Yes, sir. I mean, solid performance either way from Ascend, but I'm pretty sure, like I said, Eclipse were not going to go all out in this last game. There was no need to. I think it was just more of a mentality thing for them. They get the win. They get the job done. They wrapped it up. And my prediction is spot on because I know exactly how these things play out.